Hello, fans! The long-running ABC soap opera General Hospital has delivered explosive storylines in recent weeks, centering around the complex web of relationships involving Sasha Gilmore-Corbin, her newborn daughter Daisy, and the troubled marriage between Drew Cain and Willow Tate. Recent episodes have revealed shocking truths that have left Port Charles residents and viewers reeling from the dramatic revelations. Sasha's heartbreaking exit from Port Charles. In a deeply emotional storyline that concluded on July 18, 2025, Sophia Matson bid farewell to her role as Sasha Gilmore-Corbin after 7 years on General Hospital. Sasha's departure was driven by mounting fears for her newborn daughter Daisy's safety, as mysterious incidents had been plaguing the mother and child at the Quartermaine mansion. The actress's exit was explained by show representatives as pursuing other opportunities in film and TV, though they noted she remains open for a return in the future. Sasha's final scenes were particularly poignant, featuring a reunion with her father Robert Scorpio, portrayed by Tristan Rogers. The emotional farewell included Jason Morgan assuring Sasha that she would always have a home to come back to, leaving the door open for potential future storylines. Her departure to France with baby Daisy was motivated by the escalating threats and strange occurrences that had been terrorizing the new mother. The shocking truth about Daisy's stalker. The mystery surrounding baby Daisy's stalker reached its climax when the shocking truth was finally revealed. Throughout recent episodes, viewers witnessed a series of disturbing incidents at the Quartermaine mansion, including Daisy being found in different clothing, her mobile mysteriously turning on, and the infant being positioned differently in her crib. These occurrences left Sasha increasingly paranoid and fearful for her daughter's safety. The revelation that Willow Tate was behind these incidents sent shockwaves through the General Hospital community. In a disturbing scene that aired in early July 2025, Willow was shown taking baby Daisy for a walk while making chilling statements about her motivations. "Your mommy betrayed me, and your daddy won't let me see my children, so I'll show them how it feels to have your child taken from you," Willow declared, revealing the depth of her psychological breakdown. This confession exposed Willow's deteriorating mental state following her devastating custody loss. After losing custody of her children Wiley and Amelia to Michael Corinthos, Willow experienced what can only be described as a complete psychological break. Her actions were driven by a desire for revenge against both Sasha, whom she blamed for betraying her, and Michael, who was following court orders by preventing her from seeing the children. Drew and Willow's troubled wedding plans. As these dark revelations unfolded, Drew Cain and Willow Tate proceeded with their wedding plans despite mounting opposition from multiple Port Charles residents. The wedding, scheduled for the week of July 28–August 1, 2025, faced significant obstacles as various characters desperately tried to prevent what they viewed as a disastrous union. Nina Reeves, Curtis Ashford, Portia Robinson, and Liesl Obrecht all worked frantically to stop the wedding, each harboring knowledge of Drew's manipulative nature and Willow's unstable mental condition. The wedding drama was further complicated by the revelation of Nina and Drew's past affair, a secret that Curtis ultimately revealed to Willow moments before she was set to walk down the aisle. In a dramatic confrontation, Willow learned about her mother Nina's betrayal and Drew's history of manipulation. Despite this explosive revelation and her obvious emotional distress, Willow proceeded with the wedding ceremony, demonstrating the extent of Drew's psychological control over her. Many viewers and characters within the show have characterized their relationship as cult-like, with Drew maintaining almost complete dominance over Willow's thoughts and decisions. Just as the vows were about to be exchanged, the unexpected happened. Sasha Gilmore, long absent from the front lines of Port Charles drama, made a stunning return. Dressed in black and standing at the back of the chapel, Sasha was not there to celebrate. She was there for answers, and she brought justice with her. Sasha had recently learned something that broke her heart and triggered fury. It turns out that during one of Sasha's most vulnerable moments, when she was navigating her grief and mental health struggles, someone had taken an unusual interest in her daughter, Daisy. At the time, Sasha believed Daisy had been watched over by anonymous caregivers, perhaps hospital staff or licensed professionals during her moments of instability. But what Sasha uncovered sent shockwaves through her already fragile world. It was Willow who had been secretly following and observing Daisy, under the guise of offering help or emotional support. Sasha viewed the act as a deep violation not only of trust, but of maternal rights and privacy. To Sasha, Willow crossed a line that should never be crossed, inserting herself into the life of a child that wasn't hers, behind the back of the child's own mother. And Sasha didn't come to the wedding alone. She had already contacted the authorities. With impeccable timing that could only happen in Port Charles, the moment Drew took Willow's hand and the officiant asked if anyone had reason to object, Sasha stood. The room fell silent. She stepped forward slowly, looked Willow in the eyes, and said, "You've been watching my daughter, and I'm not going to let you get away with it." Before the room could react, a squad of officers entered, led by PCPD officers who had received Sasha's report and verified enough evidence to act on the spot. Willow was stunned. Drew turned to her, confused. The guests were frozen in disbelief. The lead officer approached Willow and announced that she was being taken into custody for unlawful surveillance and breach of privacy, in connection to unauthorized contact and observation of a minor Sasha's daughter, Daisy. The handcuffs came out. Whispers turned into gasps. Guests pulled out phones. The bride, in full wedding attire, was escorted out of her own ceremony in handcuffs, despite the officers confirming that the charges were not violent or felonious in nature. The spectacle of the arrest was enough to turn the joyous occasion into a media firestorm and emotional train wreck. Drew, in shock, immediately went into action. He followed the officers to the station and began working with his legal team to arrange Willow's release. Within hours, thanks to his influence and the relatively minor nature of the charges, he secured her bail and brought her home. Though hurt by the revelation, Drew made a decision to stand by Willow. He told her that although her actions were misguided and disturbing, he believed her intent had not been malicious. He saw her as someone who had lost so much, who had struggled with maternal instincts and attachment, especially following the complex dynamics surrounding her relationship with Nina and the emotional trauma of her illness. Drew forgave her. He made it clear that this incident wouldn't end their relationship, not unless Willow wanted it to. But not everyone shared Drew's sense of grace. Michael Corinthos, once Willow's strongest ally, responded with absolute fury. Michael had already been on edge due to past betrayals, including Willow keeping secrets from him regarding Nina and family matters. But this act interfering in the life of another mother, another child, crossed a moral and personal line for Michael that he could not accept. For him, it was more than criminal. It was emotional betrayal and proof that Willow's judgment was far worse than he ever believed. In a heated confrontation, Michael made it clear he would not allow Willow to be around his children ever again. Not Wiley. Not Amelia. Not now. Not ever. His voice was cold, his eyes unwavering. He told her that she had lost the right to be called a mother figure in their lives, and that he would go to court if necessary to make sure she had no access to them going forward. Willow was devastated. She had expected judgment. She had even anticipated backlash. But hearing Michael, the father of her children, shut the door completely shattered her. No explanation could change his mind. Michael was done. Even Carly, often the voice of forgiveness in times of betrayal, was caught between loyalties. She supported Michael but couldn't help but feel for Willow. The entire family dynamic was thrown into chaos. Willow's arrest, although technically minor in legal terms, became a symbol of deeper issues: her loss of boundaries, her desperation to feel connected, and the unresolved trauma that continued to drive her decisions. For those who supported her, it was a sign that she needed help, not punishment. For those who condemned her, it was proof that she had lost her moral compass. As news of the wedding day disaster spread, Port Charles was once again divided. Some viewed Willow as a tragic figure, a woman who had suffered so much and was now being dragged through the mud. Others saw her as manipulative, invasive, and dangerous, especially where children were involved. The legal process moved forward. The charges were not the kind that would result in prison, but the stain was public, emotional, and long-lasting. Willow's record would reflect a brush with the law. More importantly, her credibility in family court would be called into question should she ever try to reestablish access to Wiley or Amelia. Meanwhile, Sasha, while emotionally raw, felt vindicated. She had done what any mother would do to protect her child. Though not vengeful, Sasha remained firm. Willow had crossed a line, and trust between them would never be rebuilt. She made it clear that forgiveness was not part of her plan. Sasha's return to town wasn't about revenge, it was about accountability. And she made sure she got it. For Drew and Willow, their relationship faced its toughest test yet. The joy of their wedding day was replaced by legal paperwork, public scrutiny, and deep emotional reckoning. But Drew remained steadfast. He stood by Willow's side through the court hearings, through the media frenzy, through the judgment of their peers. He asked Willow to seek counseling, not just for the sake of their relationship, but for herself to find clarity, peace, and a path back to self-respect. Willow, broken but determined, agreed. Her journey ahead is not just one of redemption, but of reconstruction. She will need to rebuild her relationship with herself before she can even dream of rebuilding her relationship with her children or with anyone who once called her friend or family. As always, Port Charles watches, and General Hospital continues to deliver the kind of emotional twists that leave no character untouched and no audience unmoved. Next, we will delve into the heart-wrenching news that has shaken the very foundation of Port Charles, as the beloved town prepares to bid a tearful goodbye to two of its most cherished matriarchs, Monica Quartermaine and Lesley Weber. The passing of Lesley Charlson in January 2025 and Denise Alexander in March 2025 has left an indelible void in the hearts of fans. And the show is gearing up to weave their real-life departures into the fabric of the storyline with emotional farewells that promise to leave viewers reaching for tissues. As the Quartermaine and Spencer families grapple with unimaginable sorrow, the ripple effects of these losses will undoubtedly reshape the dynamics of this tight-knit community. How will Port Charles honor the legacies of these iconic women? And what unexpected twists might their departures unleash? Prepare for a week of raw emotion as we explore the profound impact of Monica and Lesley's exits, the intricate family ties that bind them to the town, and the potential for hidden secrets to surface in the wake of their passing. The first wave of grief crashed over Port Charles with the devastating news of Monica Quartermaine's departure, a moment that feels like losing the very heartbeat of the Quartermaine dynasty. For nearly half a century, Monica has been the unwavering rock of her family. A compassionate cardiologist, his steady hand and fierce love guided the often turbulent Quartermaine clan through countless storms. Her presence in the mansion was a comforting constant, a reminder of resilience amid chaos. Whether she was mending broken hearts both literally and figuratively or standing firm against family betrayals. With Lesley Charlson's passing earlier this year, the General Hospital team faces the monumental task of crafting a send-off worthy of such a titan. Speculation among fans suggests Monica might slip away peacefully in her sleep, a quiet exit that mirrors the grace she carried through life, leaving behind a shattered Tracy Quartermaine, who must now navigate her role as the family's new matriarch without her sister-in-law's guiding light. Jason Morgan, too, will likely find himself grappling with a profound sense of loss, perhaps reflecting on the unspoken bond he shared with Monica, who always saw the good in him even when he couldn't see it himself. The emotional weight of her absence will be palpable, as the Quartermaine estate filled with her warmth becomes a hollow shell of memories. Beyond the immediate grief, whispers of drama loom on the horizon as Monica's will is set to be revealed. Could there be a hidden clause or an unexpected heir, perhaps a long-lost relative or a secret child from her past, poised to shake the family tree? Fans are buzzing with theories, some imagining a distant cousin arriving in Port Charles to claim a stake in the Quartermaine fortune, reigniting old rivalries. Others hope for a more sentimental touch, like a bequeathed family heirloom, a locket, or a letter that unveils Monica's final wishes for unity. Whatever the writers choose, the community is united in their desire for a tribute that captures Monica's enduring strength, her quiet courage, and her boundless devotion to those she loved. Perhaps a memorial service at the hospital she dedicated her life to, with former patients and colleagues sharing stories of her impact, could serve as a fitting goodbye, reminding us all why Monica Quartermaine will forever remain a legend in Port Charles. Equally devastating is the impending loss of Lesley Weber, a cornerstone of the Spencer family whose warmth and unyielding spirit have illuminated Port Charles since the 1960s. Following Denise Alexander's passing in March 2025, the show is poised to deliver a farewell that will leave the Spencer clan and viewers reeling from the void she leaves behind. Lesley's journey has been one of incredible resilience, from surviving personal tragedies to nurturing her daughter Laura Spencer through life's darkest moments. Her gentle strength was a beacon for the family, a source of comfort during times of upheaval, whether she was offering sage advice or simply being the shoulder to cry on. Fans are already bracing for an emotional gut punch as Laura, now the family's anchor, faces the unimaginable task of saying goodbye to her mother. The storyline might depict Lesley's passing as a sudden but peaceful moment, perhaps after a heartfelt conversation with Laura where long-buried memories are shared, offering closure amidst the pain. There's also speculation that this loss could draw Nicholas Casadini back to Port Charles, his return from prison a bittersweet reunion as he joins his mother in mourning. Imagine the tension as Nicholas, hardened by his time away, struggles to reconcile with his family while honoring Lesley's memory. Could this be the catalyst for his redemption? Or will old wounds resurface? Beyond the immediate family, Lesley's departure might unearth long-forgotten secrets, perhaps tied to her early years in Port Charles. Could there be a hidden diary or a locked box of letters revealing a past romance or a decision that shaped the Spencer legacy, adding layers of intrigue to her farewell? Fans are vocal about their hopes for a send-off that celebrates Lesley's nurturing spirit, envisioning a community-wide gathering at the park she loved, where townsfolk plant a tree in her honor, symbolizing the wreath she planted in so many lives. Her absence will mark the end of a cherished era, and the longing for a tribute that reflects her profound impact is felt deeply across the fandom. As the Spencers navigate this heartbreak, the question remains, how will they carry forward Lesley's legacy of love and perseverance in a town so often marked by conflict? As Port Charles stands on the precipice of these monumental losses, the collective grief of losing both Monica Quartermaine and Lesley Weber threatens to reshape the town's very soul. The Quartermaine and Spencer families, though distinct in their histories, are united by the shared pain of losing the women who held them together through decades of triumphs and tragedies. The dual farewells will likely serve as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, prompting introspection among characters who have long taken these matriarchs for granted. Will Tracy Quartermaine find a way to honor Monica's memory by softening her sharp edges? Perhaps dedicating a wing of General Hospital in her name as a lasting tribute to her sister-in-law's medical legacy. Might Laura Spencer channel her grief into a community initiative, like a foundation for underprivileged families, inspired by Lesley's boundless compassion? The potential for healing through these tributes is immense, yet so is the risk of discord. Monica's could ignite a fierce battle over the Quartermaine estate, with siblings and distant relatives vying for control. While Lesley's unearthed secrets might strain the already fragile bonds within the Spencer family, testing Laura's resolve as she balances grief with leadership. Online, the General Hospital fanbase is abuzz with passionate pleas for respectful and meaningful send-offs, with many suggesting flashback montages featuring pivotal moments from Monica and Lesley's storied past. Think Monica's tender moments with Ellen or Lesley's fierce protection of Laura during her darkest hours. Others propose a joint memorial event, a rare moment of unity in Port Charles where both families come together to celebrate the lives of these extraordinary women. Perhaps with a candlelight vigil by the waterfront, a symbolic gesture of light amidst darkness. The writers, who have breathed life into these characters for generations, are under immense pressure to deliver farewells that resonate with the depth of emotion fans feel. As we await these episodes, the question lingers, will Monica and Lesley's legacies endure as beacons of hope and strength? Or will their departures sow the seeds of new conflicts that threaten to unravel the delicate threads of family in Port Charles? In the end, the losses of Monica Quartermaine and Lesley Weber are more than just plot points. They are a profound reckoning for Port Charles and its devoted viewers. These women, through their compassion, resilience, and unwavering love, have shaped the town's identity, leaving behind legacies that will echo through generations of storylines. As we brace for a week of tears and tributes, we invite you, our loyal fans, to share your thoughts. How do you envision Monica and Lesley being honored? Should their farewells focus on quiet, intimate family moments or grand, community-wide celebrations of their lives? Could hidden truths from their past add a layer of intrigue to their exits, or should the focus remain solely on their enduring impact? Drop your ideas in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation alive as we navigate this emotional chapter together. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for the latest updates on these heartbreaking storylines and more, as we continue to explore the ever-evolving drama of Port Charles. Until next time, hold your loved ones close, and let's honor the legacies of Monica and Lesley with the love and respect they so richly deserve.